afraid of no ghosts.
Hey guys, it's your friendly neighbourhood game Ghost again, and today I am bringing you a campaign overview of Sweden in Empire Total War with Darthmod. Empire itself was released in 2009 and I have racked up some hours in game, the majority of those on Darthmod. Today I am going to give a little bit of backstory for Sweden and then go into the campaign and see the plan of attack for when the game starts. So Sweden was a part of the Kalmar Union until 1523 when Gustav Vasa was elected to the throne of Sweden. He took control of the nobility, which was already decimated in the infamous Stockholm bloodbath by the Danish King Christian II, in which 80 Swedish nobles were executed for heresy. The Swedish state then had ups and downs until the aptly named Age of Greatness. Gustavus Adolphus is the king who starts the Age of Greatness. The Swedes had a thirst for revenge against the Danish, who had ruled in Sweden for so long in the Kalmar Union, and for 100 years after the end of that union, the Swedes really started to gain the upper hand and relegated Denmark to second place in the north. Gustavus ended the war against Russia by marching his army to Moscow and forcing the Russian state to accept a peace. He then fought against Poland for the next 12 years and won the province of Livonia for his country. By this stage, the Swedish eagle was rising, so the Swedes landed in North Germany, as Gustavus knew he had to intervene in the 30 Years' War, which had been raging in Central Europe for over 20 years. He met the famous Bavarian general von Tilly at Breitenfeld and almost annihilated the overconfident imperial army, and Sweden had completed her entry into Central Europe with a bang. Sweden continually fought in wars, gaining Skaneland in 1658 to round out the borders with her neighbour. The wars also resulted in Sweden gaining territory all around the Baltic and becoming the preeminent power in that sea. We now come to the start date here of 1700 in Empire Total War. Sweden has a professional, highly experienced army who will be able to take on the larger, more populous states such as Russia and Poland, as well as the old enemy Denmark. They have a very young king who has yet to prove himself. We know from history that he was a force to be reckoned with, and he will now bite into the war that is about to be fought, called the Great Northern War. The Great Northern War was started by Denmark, Russia and Poland, all three states with goals of knocking Sweden off her high horse and taking back territory that had been lost to Sweden in the preceding years. Opening moves of Sweden is obviously not emulating the Great Northern War and fighting all three enemies at the same time, but rather fighting and defeating them one at a time. The game often doesn't allow you to follow your own strategy and forces you to bow to events. So we'll go on to some opening moves as Sweden. Firstly, I'm going to look at my ministers. So we go into my ministers. First thing I do is put Hartvig Jarl into the justice slot. That works really well. We take Hendrik Kulti, move him to the navy. He's not going to stay there because I'm going to put Adolf Lagerkrantz right on top of him, and we're going to move Faster Speltke to the treasury. That leaves this guy because he's 4 stars and he is quite good, so if one of these guys carks it, he can then step into that position. Having this guy in your position of justice allows you to increase your taxes. We won't keep them high for too long because basically your people will get pissed off and your provinces won't increase in size. We really need those provinces to increase in size. They will, as they get more farms and that sort of stuff, overcome those difficulties of the tax, but we don't want to tax them too hard. Next up, we will go over to our trade agreements. So Russia and Poland and Denmark will probably go to war with us very soon, but while we do it, we will get a trade agreement while we can. Russia has now gone from hostile to unfriendly. Poland hopefully will do the same. 360 bucks, yep. They are now unfriendly. That won't stop them from attacking me, but it could help in my favor. They are thinking about it. Denmark never goes for a trade agreement, but there's not much you can do about that. So one of the other first moves I do is gentlemen into the school and research canister shot. So once we get canister shot, there will be like the battles will be much easier. It's like you've got much more upgraded weapons, and you can cut them down in swathes with that canister. So it's a good idea to build up all of the buildings you can build. I'll go for the Opera House here. Governor's residence in Finland, as they are far from the front, but down here in Riga we will definitely take the military governor's encampment. As you can see, as soon as that is built and we have the technology, you can build those 12-pounder foot artillery. But in order to build the 12-pounder here, I will then need a cannon foundry, which is kind of an advantage if you're a one province nation, because you can build those newer weapons first when nobody else can. I didn't want to infiltrate. Oh well, he's infiltrating. It's a good idea to put your priest over in St. Petersburg. Quite often he will get assassinated by a Russian, but that's nothing to worry about. There will be more priests. You can't actually build them yourself. You just have to wait for them to appear. And it's always a good idea to keep all these things built. That 37 pelts, see, before it's 22, to go up to 37, and that will all turn out, you'll see, in the trade screen. So we really want to keep that trade screen going, ticking over as much as you can. You want to be trading in this game. We'll build some troops because very soon I have a feeling Denmark will attack me. Well, one of the other things you need to do is definitely build up that fishery, because fourth-rate ships of the line come from a major fishery, while in order to get fourth-rate ships of the line from your dock, you first need to build a dockyard, which means you first need to research naval shore facilities, which will then give you the fourth rates. Now, obviously, a fourth rate's not going to be a replacement for any first or seconds, but a fourth rate will be one of the more powerful ones that is in the game at the start, because nobody will have first rates. So first up, we will want to build some cavalry over here, purely because the Russians will have lots of cavalry. Once we build that barracks, then we will start building more infantry over here. That Russian army won't last long against my troops if they did try to attack. Also, we're going to put our fleet into port. We are then going to build it up with brigs and a couple of fifth rates. Then I'm going to move this unit of pikemen into that port. That is so that no one can actually sail down and invade that port and then get off the ship and march to my city. They have to actually spend a whole turn disembarking from the ship so you can react to it before they get to a city of yours. I'll do the same up here. There's no port there yet, but there will be one very soon. And they do make a racket, these guys. I think that's about all I can do. Oh wait, infrastructure. So infrastructure is very important. Making sure that your troops can get around, very, very important. It also helps the enemy, of course, but hopefully you've got armies on the borders to stop them from attacking. End the first turn there. So this was only one of the problems we saw with when Empire was first released, is the end turns. Now, it was the first game after Medieval 2 and the first game to have no rebels. Oh, there is rebels, but there's not many. See, Poland actually wants an alliance with me. I don't want to ally with them. They're just not... They're going to get attacked by a lot of people. And they're just going to bring me into every single war that they get dragged into, and I don't want to be fighting on all fronts. So I try not to have many alliances at the start, unless I'm a really small country with no friends. So having all these rakes is pretty useless to me. So I'm using Cad, he's not very useful. Yeah. I'm going to get him to blow that place up. Well done. So we'll go through our notifications. The brigs have been built, troops in Sweden, troops in Estonia, troops in Ingria. We expected all of that to happen. So we can send that brig over there, send that brig over there. We're going to build that fleet up to a size where I will then be able to send it off on a trip to the East Indies. The problem with going to the East Indies is that if you do run into pirates, you need a decent fleet in order to fight them off. There we go. Poland's already at war with Austria, Prussia, and the United Provinces and France are at war. What else is new? There's that new port I was talking about. So we will build a trading port there. Basically, any port that's connected to my capital, I usually build as a trading port, except if I'm playing as England and I need to be a major naval power, then I will build at least one, sometimes two, depending on how my trade is going. Just to keep everything going. Like the trade is one of the most important things that we need. Playing as the English, you're just constantly trading. I don't need another horseman there actually. Going to move that army now into St. Petersburg because Poland Lithuania is now occupied. They're definitely not going to be attacking me, and if they do, they won't have enough troops to do it. I've already moved that guy this turn. So let's go for that infrastructure. More infrastructure is always good. Then, so one of the things about these, so I don't love them, but they do give an extra 3 research points each turn for military technology, which is good. I mean, you only really need one of them because you only need it to build these things. But that extra 3 points a turn is worth its weight in gold as you go through the list. So we go into some of our happiness settings. Yeah, look, they're all green, so they're all happy. But this clamour for reform, if you've ever got real issues with clamour for reform, it's probably because you've built an extra college next to where your other college is, because that always happens in your capital region where your college is. Oh, that guy's terrible. Who invited him? Send him back where he came from. France is now cut off from the trade, so I'm going to lose money there because the Dutch have sent a fleet inside that port, which is why I always have my ports with a guy inside them. Anyway, that seems like second turn is done. So the end turns, yes, they're long, but it is good. You do see what's going on. I mean, you see what other countries are around. That's good. That's what I really needed, the Ottomans. So the Ottomans and the Swedes were good friends because they were opposite sides of Russia. So they were always good friends because they were always organising to fight them together, but they never quite organised it. And Charles XII, after his defeat at Poltava, went and hid in the Ottoman Empire until riding back. He rode back from the Ottoman Empire to home to Sweden. I think he only did it in a few weeks. Maybe even shorter than that. I can't remember the exact time frame, but it was an amazing feat on its own just to be able to make the distance in that time. I'll build another brig here. We're gonna send that fleet off, not this turn but next turn. Well, not next turn, the turn after next turn. Right. So we're getting closer. I would like to just... I do like to just click everything, just make sure everything is functioning correctly. Make sure I'm not able to build something I don't... that I want. So over here, see, we are losing growth. Because I've got the tax rate too high. But it's one of those things, you do need to keep your tax rate up at the start just to give your country that push that it needs. How did I forget that cannon? I'm going to build some more units in Sweden because I have a feeling that Denmark is going to attack me soon. I'm not too fussed on who attacks me first. I just don't want to fight Russia, Denmark and Poland all at the same time. But the Russians are going to be pissed at me now. I wouldn't mind actually being at war with Poland because I would like to take Courland off them. Courland is one of their protectorates. So I can't attack them without bringing in Poland into the war. But I don't want to attack them. I don't want to be the aggressor just at this point in time. So one more turn and I can build infantry there. 2 more turns and I can build them there. 2 more turns and I'll be able to build my 12-pounder foot artillery there. Have done that. Alright. Next turn it is. We'll see what this rake can blow up over in Norway. Norway, of course, being controlled by Denmark still. No, I don't want an alliance with anybody. Ah, there we go. Don't have any allies. How about... oh. Okay. Thought that was built, but it's not. And back we are. So the trade agreement's cancelled with Russia. Well, kind of figured that when they declared war on me, but you know. So we have brig, another brig over here. Naval recruitment. So you've got one more fifth rate to build. I'll build you one more brig too, just for good luck. Oh, we finally got that barracks. Alright. First up, infantry. Next up, will be to get those 12 pounders from down there. I don't have the infantry to fight Russia straight up at the moment. So we'll just build some stuff, I guess. I have a feeling that Denmark may try to fight me as well, while I'm embroiled with Russia. So we go down and have a look. So Prussia has taken West Prussia and Dresden, Saxony. And it's just been a lightning. 1701. It's only. Did he just become the king in Prussia? I think 1701, if memory serves me correct. Not much more I can do right now, unless that port has been built, so there is more we can do. So what we will do is go to the Marathas. So the Ottoman Empire I'm already trading with. Yep, that's good. Spain. Oh no, 13 colonies actually. No, Spain. So Denmark's still hostile. Maybe they will get a... Huh. Now they're unfriendly. That's good. I honestly don't mind them being unfriendly. Less chance of them attacking me. But with the army that I've built and put on their doorstep, I doubt they're going to attack me anyway. Prussia will give me West Prussia in exchange for Ingria alliance and the plug bayonet. See here? So they're at war with... Wait, why are they at war with the United Provinces? They were supposed to be allied to the United Provinces. And Austria. I don't understand what's going on there. No thanks. I don't want an alliance with someone who's at war with half of Europe. There's my canister shot. I was waiting for that. So we can build 3 of those here while waiting for this to be built. Actually, I will build 4. Because there'll be a whole nother oh no, just build 3 because they will have to move. Well-connected mistress. Ingemar Palander. Whoever he is when he's at home. Okay. He's honest. Stallholder. So 1, 2, 3. He would be 6 if I moved him to the treasury. Let's see, status quo and Harridan. I don't want to get rid of him because he is the same as him if he was on there. But Fasta Spelka, I don't really know what to do with him either. Maybe I'll move him to the Navy. That works better. And then... because I don't want these guys. I'll get rid of them. There we go. Lots more stars. And now I'm going to move this fleet. I'm going to go here, collect those ships. That fleet will now go to the East Indies. And now I can build fourth rates. So that's what we will start doing straight away. Fourth rate. I do need that ordnance factory. We don't have enough money to go nuts on building that stuff right now. So I will move them to there. Hopefully that will put Denmark in 2 minds to not want to attack me. Two more infantry for you. Oh, you've already got them built. Oh, in your building browser. I already had that thought, I guess. There you go. So we've got, it's mostly Streltsy. Streltsy won't hold up against professional troops. Oh, the Nozhny Novgorodsky regiment, they will. Quite a famous Russian regiment, those guys. I still can't do any more trade agreements, I don't think. Alright, that's the end of that. We have now reached the end of 1702, I think. Or is it 2 turns a year? Oh, straight into my farmland. Well done, mate. How'd that work out for you? Another rake. I don't need them. I don't know why they keep giving them to me. I just so rarely use them unless I'm looking at the map and I accidentally see, and I actually see one. I'm like, oh hey, that guy. One thing that I hate. They build agents and they put them on the other side of the world from where you can pick them up. We are going to have to teach these Russians a lesson though. Actually first let's go through these. So we built those. That's all good. Württemberg now destroyed. Was that Prussia again? Nope, France. Minus 4% upkeep for all naval units. That's what we like to see. Alright, let's take this army and absolutely demolish these Russians. The loading screen's taken a while. It doesn't usually take this long. Don't know what's going on there. Okay. I'm ready to go now. Ah, in winter, yes. So everyone goes on about how good the Russians are in winter, but nobody goes on about how good the Swedes are in winter. So, how I usually do this, I don't know if anybody else does it this way. Normally I do 2 guns to a slot. I'll do 4 cannons in an army, and I'll arrange my line like so. Grab those pikemen, put them here because those Russians do like to charge guns. I'll put these militia, you turn their shooting off, mix them with the pikemen, take these other militia and turn them into cannon fodder basically. I don't want them on that side of the fence. Alright, it's just not going to give me on the right side of the fence, is it? Basically, we'll have another look at that later on. Alright, so we've got 4 units of cavalry here. Group them. Oh, sorry. We'll have 3 units of cavalry and 4 units of cavalry. Okay, so we move those cavalry back behind the line. Is that reinforcement? Oh, that other pikeman. Oh, there. Their guns are packing up. There they go. Just march straight into my guns. Oh, their guns are firing still. Oh, they might be finally... Yep, they're packed up and left. Alright. Oh, they're coming for those militia. Let's meet them at the charge. Turn that down a bit. It's time for some canister. And you can get some canister too. Yeah, those horsemen weren't gonna... Oh, why are you shooting your own dudes? Oh, what's going on there? Got a bit distracted. I didn't even realise that there was a battle going on. So these guys are just going to get straight into melee. They don't stuff around. They won't. They shouldn't last. Oh, these guys are actually going to make it into melee with my guys. Alright. You. Oh, nobody wants to do what they're told. Oh, that horse has come back. They're gonna run. We got line infantry. They didn't even send in their line infantry. Oh, those militia got thrashed. I do sometimes use my militia for, I don't know, as a kind of target practice, I guess. I just stick them in front of my line, and the enemy will use them, will shoot them, but they will pause to shoot them, which will just let my guns take them and absolutely demolish them. Well, how many times do I need to tell you to attack? I have noticed one thing in this game is that if you just leave them, they won't keep attacking. They will honestly stop attacking, and you'll have to keep pressing the button in order to get them to keep swinging their swords. Cavalry are the worst for it. Alright, let's just... Yeah, they just stop. They just stop swinging their swords. I don't know what goes on, but for some reason you actually need to keep telling them to attack. Like these guys here. What you need to do is you need to try and get that whole bunch of guys right on top of that big bunch of red, and then just demolish them. Now I don't know where you're going. I don't know why you. Oh, that's right. You're my reinforcements. Completely forgot about you guys. Go the pikemen. That should be the end of that. Alright, They're out. Pikes. General's bodyguard's probably going to win that battle. No, losing slightly. I don't need two of you going after that one unit. Oh, why have I grabbed two of you? There we go. Mazeppa's dead. Good riddance. Don't just let him walk away, guys. Alright, we'll probably put that at triple speed again. Again, I need to direct these guys. Now I'll just ride over there right beside the unit. Won't actually attack them. I don't want to fight them again. So you try and get them to kill as many as possible. What are those pikemen doing? Come on, wrap it up, boys. That's the end of that. There's no Narva, but it was a victory. If you don't know the Battle of Narva, it is worth looking up. 4,000 Swedes against 30,000 Russians. It was definitely a victory to be proud of. So I'm going to end this video at that point. If you have enjoyed this video, remember to hit that subscribe button, like and or leave a comment with any thoughts or questions you might have. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.